Good morning, students. This is the time for computer class and I am your computer teacher. We are continuing the lesson MS Word, a word processor. Let us have a quick recap of some of the topics that we have discussed in this lesson. First of all, we have discussed what is word processor, the application software or program which help us in processing the text is called the word processor. The functions or the work that the word processor performs is we can type our text, we can correct spelling mistakes and grammatical errors, we can align the text within margins, we can offer a variety of font styles and font sizes, we can see a preview of the text that we have typed. Normally, a word processor can process the following documents: brochures, newsletters, reports, advertisement, resume and cover letters, books, directories, web pages. Now, how to start the MS Word 2016 or MS Word 2007? For this, click on the Start button, scroll down, click on Word. The Word window will appear and the starting screen is also known as Backstage View. Now click on the blank document to create a new document. So the MS Word will be loaded in the computer memory. We can also have the options of starting the MS Word 2007 with the icon W on the desktop. If we have W icon on the desktop or on the taskbar, then a single click on the taskbar will open the Word application, or by double clicking on the Word icon in the desktop we can open it. Component of MS Word window. We discussed various components like title bar, ribbon, vertical ruler, tabs, scroll ruler, zoom pointer, horizontal ruler, text area, status bar, cursor. So title bar, it is located at the top of the Word window. It displays the title of the applications and the name of the file that is open. Quick access toolbar, it is located in the title bar. It provides shortcut to few commands. By default, save, undo, repeat, email commands appear on the quick access toolbar. Next we have tabs. Tabs are located below the title bar. Various tab buttons are File, Home, Insert, Design, Layout, Reference, Mailing, etc. Next we have ribbons. Ribbon gives us the option related to each tab. It makes it easier to see and find commands with the help of ribbons. Next we have rulers. There are two types of rulers in Word window: the horizontal ruler and the vertical ruler. The horizontal ruler is below the ribbon and the vertical ruler is on the left side of the text area. We use them to change the format of our document. Next we have text area. Just below the horizontal ruler is a large area called the text area. We type our text in the text area. Scroll bars. There are two types of scroll bars, vertical and horizontal. So scroll bars are used to move the page up, down, left or right. Next, status bar. It is located at the bottom of the screen. It displays important and various types of informations like page number, number of words, view button. They are located toward the right side of the status bar. They shows the document in different views like read mode, print layout, web layout. Zoom pointer, it is located at the extreme right side of the status bar. It can be moved left or right to zoom out. By default, the zoom pointer is 100%. Now, creating a new document. How can we create a new document? For this, use the shortcut key Ctrl+N or click on the File tab, click on the New option, click on the blank document. The new document file will appear and we can type the text in the new document. Next, adding text in a document. So the text can be added in a document by simply typing it from the keyboard at the cursor position. As the text is typed, the cursor will move to the right side. Next, we have discussed about some of the shortcut keys and their cursor movement. Next, we have discussed how to save a file. The shortcut key to save the file is Ctrl+S. We can also follow the following steps, like click on the File tab, click on Save As option, select the location to save file. A Save As dialog box appears. Type the name of the file, click on Save button. Next, closing a document. We have discussed what is the basic difference between close and exit. To close a document, click on the File tab, select the Close option. A dialog box will appear. Select the relevant option, like we have the option of Save, Don't Save and Cancel. We can choose any of them according to our requirement. Next, opening an existing document. To open an existing document, click on the File tab, select the Open option, click on it, click on Browse button. An open dialog box appears. Select the location where the file is stored, select the file, click on the Open button to open the file. Editing a document. So changes can be made in the document even after typing the text. Making changes in the text is called editing. So we generally use Home tab for editing the document. Word wrapping. MS Word automatically wraps the last word of the current line to the next line when the cursor reaches the right margin. So every time we reaches the end of the line, we do not need to press the enter key. The only time you need to press it is you want to end a paragraph. Now selecting the text, we can select the text by the help of mouse or keyboard. So we also discussed in our previous video how to select a word, a paragraph, word or lines, an entire document. Next, inserting the text. To insert the text in the existing document, take the cursor to the location where the text has to be typed. Now we can type the text. Copying the text. Copying the text means making the duplicate copy of the text. It keeps the original text as the original location, as well as copy the original text to a new location. We have discussed the commands how to copy the text. Next, moving the text. It means to move from original location to a new location. This process is similar to copying a block of text. Moving the text also means cutting the text. We have discussed the several steps about how to copy the text. Next is deleting the text. To delete the text, we have to follow certain steps. Any text of our document can be easily deleted. First of all, we have to select it and then we have to press the delete key from the keyboard. So the delete key deletes the text to the right of the cursor, whereas the backspace key deletes the key to the left of the cursor. Next, we have discussed about formatting a document. Formatting means making changes to the appearance of the document to make it look attractive. We can change the font type, font size, font style, etc. So we have discussed about the two types of formatting, the character formatting and the paragraph formatting. The character formatting is applicable to the selected text, whereas the paragraph formatting is applicable to the entire paragraph. We discussed about some of the emphasizing text, like what is the use of bold, I for italic, U for underline, then strike through, subscript, superscript. Next, we have discussed how to format the text character, what is font, and what are the steps required to format the text character. Next we have discussed changing the font type and size. So how can we change the font type and size? Changing text color and text highlight. We have also discussed about how to change the text color and text highlight. What are the steps required to change the color of text and to make the text highlight. So now in this video, first of all, we are going to discuss about the alignment. Alignment. So it refers to positioning of text on a page. It refers to positioning. It refers to positioning of text on page. So we can set the alignment before typing the text or after typing the text. So there are 4 types of alignment. The first is left align. The first is left align. This is the icon of left align. Next is right align. This is the icon of right align. Next we have center. So this is the icon of center align. And next we have justify. So there are 4 types of alignment. So these are the 4 different types of alignment: left align, right align, center and justify. So we begin with left align. These are the icons of 4 different aligns. Left align. So it means the arrangement of text evenly in a straight line at the left side of the document, but with even edges on the right side. Most frequently the text is left aligned. So it means that the arrangement of text, evenly in a straight line at the left side of the document. This is left align. Next we have right align. It is the opposite of left align and the text is evenly aligned at the right side. So in the left align the text is evenly arranged at the left side, and in the right align the text is evenly arranged at the right side. Next we have center. So in the center we have the text equally aligned in the center side of the document, whereas in the justify we can say that it is evenly arranged between the left margin and the right margin. So these were the 4 different types of alignment. Now in order to align the text, we can say that we have to follow the certain path. Either we can click on the alignment button which are on the standard toolbar, or first of all we have to select the paragraph and then we can align them according to our requirement. We also have the option of font in which we can go and can select the alignment. Next comes the topic line spacing. Line spacing. So the line spacing is the vertical distance between the lines of text. We can say it is the vertical distance between lines of text. It is the vertical distance between the lines of text. So we have to select the following steps to make the line spacing. First of all, select the paragraph in which you want to make the line spacing. Then we have to move to the home tab. Then move to the home tab. From the home tab we have to move to the paragraph group. To the paragraph group, and from the paragraph group we have to click on lines and paragraph spacing. Lines and paragraph spacing. So we can click on the required line spacing option from the drop down menu. The space lines will be adjusted accordingly. The next that we have is inter paragraph spacing. The next topic is inter paragraph spacing. Inter paragraph spacing. So inter paragraph spacing is the spacing between two paragraphs. The spacing between two paragraphs is known as inter paragraph spacing. Inter paragraph spacing. So we have to follow the steps to change the spacing in the paragraph. First of all, select the paragraph whose spacing is to be required. Now move to the home tab. Now move to the home tab. From the home tab, click on the paragraph group. Click on the paragraph group, and from the paragraph group click on the paragraph dialog box launcher. Click on the paragraph dialog box launcher. So a paragraph dialog box will appear before us. A paragraph dialog box will appear before us. Over here. So here we will be having the two options. The first is the indent and spacing, and the second is the line and page break. The first will be the indent and spacing, and the second will be line and page break. Line and page break. So we have to click on indent and spacing. As soon as we click on indent and spacing, the first option that we will get is general alignment over here. So as we discussed earlier, in the alignment by default will be the left. We can select any other alignment from here, right, center, justify. Next will be indentation. Indentation. In indentation we have the option of left and right. Left or right indentation over here, in which we can enter the values over here. Next will be spacing. Next option will be spacing, and in spacing we have the option of before, after, in which we can enter the values. In which we can enter the value. By default 0 point will be written over here, and here also 0 point will be written, and here will be a preview window. Preview. So whatever effect we will make, that can be seen in the preview box only. So we can say the entire content will come under this paragraph. So to make the spacing between the paragraphs, select the paragraph, then come to the home tab. From the home tab, move to the paragraph group, and from there click on the paragraph dialog box launcher, which will be a arrow one of this type. As soon as you click over here, the paragraph box will appear over here in your window. First of all, select the indent and spacing. Then we have the option of alignment, indentation, left and right, spacing. So in spacing, if you select before, that means the space between the selected paragraph before, whatever point you will give over here, that preview can be seen over here. And after whatever values you will be giving over here will be in the points, and that views can be seen over here. And then you have the option of OK and cancel over here. After making the necessary changes, you can click on OK button. So this is how the paragraph spacing can be applied in your content. Next we have the options of bullets and numberings. Bullets and numbering. So what are bullets? The bullets and numbering are used to distinguish a list of points from the rest of the text. So bullets and numbering are used to distinguish a list of points from the rest of the text. From the rest of the text. So bullets and numbering are used to distinguish a list of points from the rest of the text. The bullets are normally used for points that do not have a particular order. So adding the bullet to the text make it easy to read and understand. Numbers are used where the points have to be in the particular order, such as in the list to perform the task. So how can we apply the bullets or the numberings? So to apply the bullet, first of all select the text, then click on then move to the home tab for applying the bullet. First of all select the text. Now these are the steps to apply bullets in your document. Then click on down arrow key. Click on down arrow key of bullets button present in the paragraph group of home tab. Then we will have the different types of bullets over here. Like the first option will be none. The second will be in the form of circle over here. The third will be in the form of square. The fourth will be in the form of, say, this type arrows on 4 different sides. So we can select the text and then click on any of these bullet options that we want. We can select the desired bullet options from these options. So we also have the options of applying the numbered list in our document. Now how to apply the numbered list? For this follow the same step. First of all select the text. Now click on the down arrow key of numbered button. Remember here in the numbered options, you have to apply it on the numbered button that is present in the paragraph group of the home tab. So we will have different types of numbering options. We can select any one of them and that numbering will be applied to our documents. So in this way we can apply the borders and numbering to our documents. Now comes the topic border and shading. Border and shading. To make the document more attractive, we can add border and shading effects. So how can we apply the border and shading effects? First of all, select the text, then move to the home tab, from the home tab to the paragraph group, and from there to the border button. A border button of this type will get appeared on the icon in the paragraph group. So as soon as we click over there, we will have a drop down option where different types of border and shading options will be present. So as soon as we click on and at bottom there will be options of, there will be written an option border and shading. So as soon as we click on border and shading, the window of border and shading will get appear before us. We can select the type of box that we want. So under the setting we can select the border style, color, width, and then click on OK. So that border and shading will be applied to our document. Now what is the use of shading? What is the use of shading, or what is shading? We can say it is used to emphasize information and to draw the reader's attention. So border means, like suppose I have written a text over here and I want to place it in a border. So in this way we can apply the borders. And so what is shading? We can say it is used to emphasize, means to give importance to certain informations, and it is also used to draw the attentions of the user so that user can turn their attention on that particular topic. So this was about the border and shading. So till now in this video what we have discussed, so we begin with alignment. What is alignment? What are the 4 different types of alignment? What is left align? What is right align? What is center? What is justify? How can we apply the left alignment, the right alignment, the center and justify? What is line spacing? How can we apply the line spacing? What is inter-paragraph spacing? How can we apply the inter-paragraph spacing? What are the steps required to give space between 2 paragraphs? I have tried to explain this topic with the help of diagram over here. Next, bullets and numbering. What is bullets? What are the use of bullets? What is numbering? What are the use of numbering? How can we apply the bullets in our document? Next, we have discussed how can we apply the numbering to our document. Next topic that we have discussed in this video is border and shading. So what is border? How can we apply the border and shading effects in our document? What is shading? So now the next topic that we are going to discuss over here is header and footer. Header and footer. So what is header? Header is the information that is displayed on the top of the page, and the footer is the information that is displayed at the bottom of the page. So we will be covering this topic, header and footer, in the next video. Thank you.